It may not be as capable as R2-D2 or C-3PO for that matter, but a local robotics team is hoping their design earns them first place at a national competition.
West Lafayette and Harrison High School students are designing a robot with the help of some Purdue engineering students. And Michael Maley joins us live from West Lafayette High School, where work is in progress.
Well, that's right, Paul and Sue. In fact, it's been in progress for about 3 weeks. Students have been working solidly to get this robot actually up and running. Joining me is Steve Florence, the technology teacher here at West Lafayette High School. A number of people working on this project. Talk about some of the influences in that.
This is a joint effort between the Purdue Student Engineering Foundation through their outreach program, West Lafayette High School and Harrison High School students, to have an opportunity to see what engineering is all about. And this robot is a part of a team that will be one of 10 teams in Indiana, as well as 380 teams nationally competing for a prize of being national champions.
And this robot, as it's destructive as we see, is actually a replica. The students behind the robot are working on the actual robot. This is a replica. It's something to judge to go by, correct?
Yes. This robot that they're working with here is actually a training robot for driving purposes, so they can get used to driving. The students behind are working on our design that we've developed, and they're building that hopefully over the next couple weeks and be able to ship it to our tournament that we're going to go to in March.
And again, these students are here on their own time, right? 6 to 9 p.m. almost every night a week?
Yes, they're working right now about 20 hours a week, sometimes 25, on their own time. Nobody's asking them to be here, just the desire to be a part of this big picture.
Excellent, Steve. Well, we wish you all the best of luck in the competition.
We thank you.
Paul and Sue?
Michael, where is the competition taking place, and is there a deadline for all these projects?
There's a deadline. They've got to be done on the 21st of this month. The competition is actually March 23rd, but they've got only 6 weeks total to get it done. And that competition, the regional competition, one of 11, 390 competitors there. That's going to be at Northwestern University in Illinois. So we wish them all the best of luck as they go up north.
We need to be at the competition. Should be a lot of interesting robots. All right, thank you very much, Michael. Some eager students from West Lafayette and Harrison High School are putting their engineering skills into robotics. That's thanks to a little guidance from Purdue engineering students and high school instructors. More than 20 high school students have teamed up with the Purdue Student Engineering Foundation to build a robot for a national competition. The robotics team has been meeting 3 hours a night. That's for the past several weeks. Purdue students say the high school kids are an inspiration to work with.
The kids here at West Lafayette High and over at Harrison are just brilliant kids. I mean, they come up with these great ideas. And it's just, the energy that they have is just so refreshing. It's kind of why I wanted to be an engineer. It's this kind of energy.
You have parts that don't work when they're apart, but you get to put them together and make them do some actual real function. And it's really incredible to see something work after you've been working on it.
The students have 3 more weeks to complete the robot, which needs to be able to lift and dump inflatable balls 6 feet in the air. The regional competition is at Northwestern University next month. The national competition is at Disney World in April.
This is Lafayette Live TV 18 News at 6.
Good evening. Thanks for being with us. Some high school students enjoy science and technology.
And even more are starting to fall in love with the field after spending the last 6 weeks building a robot for a national competition. Today, the students demonstrated their robot's abilities during an open house at West Lafayette High School. With the help of Purdue engineering students and professionals from the surrounding community, about 20 students have been working overtime on their robot for the last 6 weeks. They're trying to meet Tuesday's contest deadline.
They will probably work into the night tonight and after school tomorrow and into the evening tomorrow to get finished to ship on Tuesday.
It was really fun planning it all out because I learned so much stuff that I had not known before about engineering stuff, like what torque is and how you calculate a gear ratio, and how when you sacrifice speed you get power. And so learning all that was just incredible.
And the team will face off against other high schoolers when they take their robot to a regional competition in Illinois next month, and they'll be off to the Nationals in Orlando during the first week of April. Well, don't go away.
Clayton Duffy's Sports Report is still to come.
And it's Super Bowl for the brain. That story is coming up next. Stay with us.
Some local students have spent the last 6 weeks building a robot for a national competition. Today, the students demonstrated their robot's abilities during an open house at West Lafayette High School. About 20 students have been working overtime on their robot with the help of Purdue engineering students and professionals from the surrounding community. Teacher Steve Florence says all the extra hours have been worth the results.
The inspiration to me is to watch the kids' faces when they get something to work. When we first got the robot to move, they were so excited the fact that they could get it to move, and all their little planning paid off. And then the other little ones was when they got the balls to be picked up by the machine and put them in the basket where it needed to belong. The inspiration on their faces, just, it all pays off.
The robot is being built for the FIRST contest, which pits high school minds from across the country against one another in building a robot that can successfully complete a variety of tasks. This year's task is to build a robot that can gather and lift a number of balls. Teams earn points based on speed and effectiveness. West Lafayette senior Vandana Honda says the experience has made her want to study engineering in college.
I'm definitely interested in this. I was already considering going into like computer engineering or robotics kind of stuff in college, and now I'm really pretty sure that this is what I want to do because it was so much fun. And I think other people are getting really into it too.
The students will take their robot to the regional competition in Illinois next month and then on to the nationals in Orlando. That's during the first week of April.
A high school robotics team is busy putting all the pieces together, and Michael Maley is there with a live report. Michael?
Well, that's right, Paul. It may seem like a simple task to pick up a ball like this, but when you train a robot and design that robot to do it, it's a bit more than a simple task. And Steve Florence, the coordinator here for the robotics team, could talk a little bit about that. Talk about what this robot is trained to do and who's been all involved in this endeavor.
Well, this endeavor is put on by the Purdue Student Engineering Foundation, West Lafayette High School, Harrison High School students, and a whole bunch of corporate sponsors that we're still working with to be able to have our robot pick up this ball, put it into a basket, and then it's supposed to raise it 6.5 feet in the air and put it in that goal. And right now we're working on the part to make it raise. Everything else works very well except for the part going into the basket. And that's tonight's activity.
Now, I know this, certainly we talked to you a bit ago, and you guys were making great progress. This is the first time I've seen the ball actually get scooped up, and I know the final goal is to get the balls dropped off into that area up top there that we're looking at. Is that right?
Yes, that's to get that ball in that goal up there. It's not an easy task getting it up in the air because that's 6 feet in the air, and the robot has to go above that.
Now, one of the students here of many of the West Lafayette and Harrison students working on this is Patrick Dumas. Patrick, what's it been like to spend all this time, about 6 weeks, a few hours a night, huh?
Well, it's been a lot of fun, and I've certainly learned a lot. It's been great working with the Purdue students and with the other people here from West Side and from Harrison, and it's been a great opportunity.
Did you ever think in high school you'd be doing something like this, building a robot to do something like this?
No, not at all, but I'm certainly glad I did.
Well, we wish you guys all the best of luck for the competition. And again, Steve, just to reiterate, the competition is March 23rd, 24th, 25th at Northwestern Illinois?
At Northwestern University on the 23rd, 24th, 25th.
The neat thing about this is you guys can go to the national competition even regardless of how well you do at the regional one, right?
Yeah, that's correct. Regardless of how we compete at the regionals, whether we're successful or not successful, which we're looking at the success side, we can go to the national tournament as long as we can raise enough funds to make a trip down there.
Wish you all the best. Paul, back to you.
All right, Michael, thank you very much for that report. Well, time is up for a devoted high school robotics team. Students from West Lafayette and Harrison High School have been working for 6 weeks with the Purdue Student Engineering Foundation to build a robot for competition. That robot is required to pick up balls and lift and drop them into a basket which is 6 feet tall. The project must be shipped to Chicago by 4 p.m. tomorrow to qualify for next month's regional competition. If the students can raise enough money, they also hope to go to the Nationals at the Epcot Center.